Hello, it's Danny Nunn from Team Nunn Motorsport. So I decided to have a go at vlogging. Seeing quite a few other people do it now. I find some of them interesting, so thought I'd do it. The plan is this year to video of all the different meetings we attend, what's going on, what results we're getting, anything interesting that may have happened or is happening. We're going to also do some in-kart videos that the tracks are allowed to video at, and we'll review some of the clothing we wear and kit we use, tools, parts, and we'll tell you how it is. If they're good, we'll tell you they're good. If they're naff, we will tell you they are naff. And that is the plan. So I did a full winter strip down this year, so we'll have a look at that in the shed. I'm going to do the rebuild, so we'll show you the rebuild and give you any tips that we do to the car on building it. And yeah, that's about it. So if you like and subscribe, as they say on these videos, and we'll have plenty more videos coming. I'll hopefully get Carl on here because we'll have a talk about how last year went, probably get a driver profile, the history of Team Nunn Motorsport. You might find that interesting, how it all started, and what we've raced and whatnot. So yeah, so what we'll do now is we'll go to the shed and have a look at that. Hello, yes, it's me, the Danny Nunn from Team Nunn. So thought it's about time to do the strip down after our winter break. Not the best of jobs, especially in the cold, but it's got to be done. Got a few bits to straighten out. The back bumper needs changing, the steel one. It's usually the front, but for some reason it's the back this year. Probably been a bit too slow. Anyway, we're going to do a strip down. I'm going to do a full video of it in fast forward, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. And yeah, change a few bits. Unfortunately, lose the silver roof and the number one. Carl's won the silver this year, so that's where that'll be going. So we're back to my original number, which, in case anyone's wondering, is 295. I've been number one for so long now that some people don't know what my proper number is. That's what it is, but when you reach the top, it seems there's only one way you're going, and that's down. So we'll have a strip down, and then I'll speak to you soon. So thought I'd have a quick chat while we're having a strip down there in the background. So I've got 4 minutes to fill. I sped it up. It obviously took a lot longer than that to strip. It took me about 2 hours in total to strip the car. That was on my own though, and with cut tea break and a bit of a chat with Carl when he popped in the shed. So 2 hours it took us, but with me and Carl doing it, it was considerably quicker. So I think the quickest we've done it may have been just over half hour of both of us doing it, like non-stop with no breaks, which don't take long at all to strip cart down when you crack on with it. But yeah, decided to do a full strip down this winter because the cart wasn't going completely how I'd like it last year. I felt like the engine was a bit underpowered, something wasn't quite right. It didn't feel like it had the right pickup out of bends, like I'm used to anyway, because I had my engine rebuilt this year, or last season, because it'd been 5 years without having anything really major done to it, so I thought I'll have a tie up with it. Probably the worst thing I did, you probably, if everything's going all right, you're probably best not to touch it. That is my top tip at the moment. So we did that anyway. It didn't feel right. Also, I lost a bit of weight through last season. Went on a bit of a diet and lost nearly 2 stone. So that affected the handling a fair bit. Surprising how much difference a bit of weight in different places makes. So I had to just change a few wheels about, because tyres are sometimes different sizes, different pressures you need to get it all right for your handling, because a lot of this is with the handling, because you can't alter too much with the carts, because there's no suspension. You can really only alter your pressures on your tyre and then alter your tracking, and that's about it really. Obviously tyre size makes a difference to get your corner weights. If you're into the whole weighing thing, well, we do it a little bit, but only with some cheap old scales to give us a rough idea. We didn't used to do it, but more and more people are doing it, and it makes them a little bit quicker, so we have to, you know, do it to keep up with everyone. Did find some problems with the engine. It was leaking past the exhaust valve. We did the test where you pour the petrol down the bore of the exhaust, and it was leaking past the valve. Then we put an air blower on it, and it was bubbling like mad, so obviously there was an issue there, and it seemed like a bit of was blowing out the head as well, the head gasket. So we had that. Took the engine back, had it re-dynoed. Hopefully it's a bit better. We shall see. If not, I'll have to get my book of excuses out, see what else I can come up with to blame. But last year wasn't too bad really. Finished third overall, so that was decent. So just didn't go to my normal sort of standards, but as you say, you have a good run of form, then you have some bad luck, and then that's how it goes really. So once the kart's stripped anyway, I'm gonna port power out the front bumper because it's got bent in a bit just to straighten it up. Gonna replace the whole back bumper because that had a bad crash at the gold top, bent all the back rut in, split the back bumper. So gonna do that, and then we'll have a look at that in a minute. So yeah, let's go and have a look at that now. Strip down's done. My battery went flat on the camera, so missed the end. I've got to get used to this whole video and stuff. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the bumper repair now it's stripped. Right, so we're going to change the bumper now. This metal steel back bumper, it's got a bit damaged, a bit bent. We've done the best to repair it we could to finish the season. So we're just going to cut off, weld new one on, but we're not going to cut straight down the chassis there to damage the chassis. We're going to cut through, which will leave like squares on the back, make it easier to weld to, and won't damage the chassis. So I'll crack on with that. Okay, so that's the bumper cut off now. So we've left it nice and flat ends, so it's easier to weld on. Not that it makes a difference to me because I'm not welding it. There we go, that's the bumper all welded on now. Lovely job there. I think I've done a brilliant job. Not too fuzzy. Anyway, next up, I'm gonna port power this front bumper out. So she's bent in. Hasn't squashed the box at the bottom much at all, so easy just to port power up and put one of these new gussets on. So that's the next job, and we'll come back after that. So yeah, I'm going to cut this gusset out, so I'm going to cut that there. I'm going to cut that there and make a new one of those, and then get the port power on and push it sort of behind here somewhere just to straighten that front up. Might have to put a bit of a weld above there if it splits it, so I'll push that out, make that look like new. And then tonight I'm just going to check that these line up all right. That's it, the back ones look good, I've already checked them. So that's the bumper all straightened up, port powered out. I might have forgot to video it, so it's a bit too late now, but got that nice and straight now. Well, I actually used the old gusset, straightened it up, cut it a bit better to shape. That's been welded in, and like we said, thought that might split it down there, so that's welded that up. So that's lovely and straight now. So I'm gonna just paint up the bare metal. I was thinking about doing the whole chassis, but can't be bothered. So I'm just going to do the bare metal, the back bumper, and touch up some other bits what have gone bare, and then we'll be ready for the big build. So we'll see you then. So that is the kart stripped and the bumper sorted, ready for rebuild. Forgot to mention, when you check the front plugins, you just use a rear axle. You slide it through. It should slide through both of them. Sometimes one can be a little bit out, and it's okay if it's a little bit out. But that's what we do. Obviously, make sure the axle is straight. We'll see. It's pointless. yeah, so that's that stripped. So next job is we're going to do the rebuild of it. And then I'll show you little bits, but I'm going to do that in a separate video so the videos are not too long. So hopefully that was of interest to someone. So not the best at videoing yet, might get better, might get worse. Don't know, it's going to go one way, but I hope you like it. If there's anything you want to know, just comment, leave something in the comments, tell me what you want to see, and I'll try and do what I can. As I say, please like and subscribe, and then we'll get some more videos. But if you keep checking back, and I'll get the build video up once. It's took me about 7 hours to edit it because I'm a bit naff at the minute. So we'll see you all then.